welcome to highlights of the 1991 San Marino Grand Prix, brought to you by Microprose and GP2Joey. Round 3 of the season sees Formula 1 head to Europe for the first time this year, and the immensely fast Imola circuit near Bologna in northern Italy, which means only one thing: Ferrari and its army of tifosi fans, all of whom will be cheering for the American Michael Andretti, and especially defending world champion Ayrton Senna, who won last time out in Brazil. With 2 races gone, it's Nigel Mansell who sits on top of the driver's standings on 12 points, 2 ahead of Senna and Prost, whilst Williams-Renault's sublime reliability has seen them jump to the top of the constructors' standings over their rivals. In the news leading up to the race, rumours abounded Jackie Stewart was looking at entering his own team for 1992 before Honda surprised the F1 world in issuing an ultimatum to McLaren that they snare Senna back from Ferrari in time for next season, or the Japanese marque would be leaving. Naturally, this annoyed boss Ron Dennis, who insisted he decides who drives for his team, while Senna declared he saw no reason to leave Ferrari just yet anyway. The politics all this created was tiring for Prost, whilst Dennis confirmed there are options outside of Honda for 92, as Mansell and Williams focused on simply trying to win in Imola this weekend. Held under blue skies, Friday morning's 30-minute pre-qualifying session was electric, and it finally saw Minardi deliver on their competitive pre-season testing form by heading the charts courtesy of Gianni Morbidelli, as the team made it comfortably through to race qualifying. Elsewhere, Brabham struggled for grip. The Modena Lamborghini of Roberto Moreno impressed, whilst his teammate Eric van der Poel didn't, and the BMS Stellaris of JJ Leto and Emanuele Pirro shone as they joined Minardi along with the ever-improving Jordan Ford team in progressing further into the weekend, while the others unfortunately all had to pack up their transporters early. Friday afternoon's first qualifying session was intense from the start, and although Andretti ended it over 0.3 of a second faster than Ferrari teammate Senna, the session was red flagged for an hour after Ivan Capelli went off at 180 miles an hour in the Leighton house at the daunting Tamburello. Although lucky to escape serious injury, the Italian was ruled out of Sunday's race, and Goodyear soon confirmed the cause of the crash was debris and not a tyre failure, as had been suspected. Saturday afternoon saw Joey Davis continue his struggles in the McLaren Honda, whilst teammate Prost went about trying to get on the front row, and Mansell continued to push his updated Williams for all it was worth. Senna, meantime, failed to even leave the garage as Ferrari struggled to fix an oil leak with his car, so that left Andretti unchallenged, and the American duly claimed his second pole position in a row, and the LaRusse of Viguri Suzuki failed to qualify, with Ivan Capelli already out. Afterwards, Andretti was hopeful of turning the pole into a first career win, whilst a furious Senna refused to even talk to the press after his disastrous session. So it's Andretti and Senna on the front row, with Alesi and Mansell on row 2. Row 3 is Prost and Brundle. Row 4 is Herbert and Davis. Row 5 is Warwick and Piquet. Row 6 is Gerhard Berger and Nakajima. Row 7 is Patrese and Boutsen. Row 8 is Modena and Martini. Row 9 is Morbidelli and Comas. Row 10 is Donnelly and Hakkinen. Row 11 is Gugelmin and Bernard. Row 12 is Emanuele Pirro and JJ Leto. And at the back it's Bertrand Gachot. It's 61 laps of the San Marino Grand Prix as the lights come on. And it's go, go, go! Andretti makes a strong start away from the line from pole position, but it's not as good as his teammate Senna, who takes the lead on the run down towards Tamburello for the first time. With Nigel Mansell now up into second place, Andretti drops to third, with Brundle in fourth, Alesi fifth, and Davis has made a strong start in the McLaren. He's up to sixth, and it looks like he's challenging Alesi on the inside as he goes through Tamburello. It's Davis up into fifth place, Prost has slipped to seventh, it's Herbert in eighth, Piquet ninth, and Derek Warwick in the second peloton in 10th, and Nigel Mansell's trying to go through on the inside to take the lead, but Senna cuts across on the approach down to Tosa. It's Senna still keeping the lead, with Andretti making the move on the inside of Mansell. Andretti's into second position, and Davis is up into third place now. Joey Davis makes a superb start, and he gets massive wheel spin on the exit of Tosa, and Nigel Mansell's taken the third place back from him. So Davis drops to fourth, with Brundle fifth as Senna comes over the hill. And he's in the lead with Andretti half a second behind. Mansell in third, Davis in fourth place. Fantastic opening few corners for the McLaren driver. Brundle's fifth with Alain in sixth place. Prost in seventh, it's Herbert eighth. Warwick is still behind Nelson Piquet in 10th place. But back up front, Andretti looks to have closed the gap a little out of the Aqua Minerale chicane as Davis looks like he's going to come under pressure from Martin Brundle's footwork. But Davis just covers the line. They're through the right, the left, and he's already losing time to Mansell, who's already 1 second ahead. But Andretti looks like he's right on the gearbox of teammate Senna. Is he going to try and make a move into Ravazza? He can't make it stick. Senna again just covers the line. Fantastic start from the Brazilian to take the lead in Imola.
Phenomenal start from Ayrton Senna to take the lead away from Michael Andretti, who got off the line in a very poor way compared to the Brazilian as they come through to finish the first lap. Brundle looking to make a move on Davis once more, but he can't find a way through there. And Prost is certainly looking as though he wants to challenge it. Jean Alesi's Williams for 6th position, but they come over the line.
And let's take a look at the replay of the start from Joey Davis. Remember, he was in 8th position on the grid. And he obviously bogs down a little bit, but then he gets good traction in the later part of the first gear as Prost makes a very poor start, and so did Johnny Herbert. And Davis is looking to go on the inside of Jean Alesi now. He was too busy not looking in his mirrors, trying to get the slipstream from Brundle up ahead. That enabled Davis to slip through on the inside. Davis up into 5th position now. Watching the top 4 cars battle for the front. That's going to give him the opportunity to slip it up the inside down into Tosa. He just about manages to get the car stopped in time, locks a couple of wheels. Has to give Nigel Mansell plenty of room on the outside, and he's a little bit too eager with the gas there, and then he has to drop back into 3rd, 4th position. And Senna's still ahead of Andretti with Mansell in 3rd, it's Davis 4th, and that's a Williams going wide. That's Jean Alesi. Alesi's lost it. He's lost it at Ravazza. And Jean Alesi, after his appalling start to the year in Watkins Glen, after he spun on the opening lap, and he's again spun and he's out. Jean Alesi has spun out again from the top 6. An incredibly poor start to his Williams career. But look at this. That's Andretti. He's got ahead of Senna. We've missed him. We're not sure how he's got past him. We're hearing that he actually managed to get through on the inside of Ayrton Senna just before Alesi had spun. So Andretti is the race leader with Senna in 2nd, it's Mansell 3rd, Joey Davis in 4th place with Brundle 5th, and Alain Prost, the professor, is still in 6th position and lurking. He's getting ever closer to Martin Brundle, but Andretti in the lead. You can hear the Ferrari fans are absolutely cheering to the rafters with both Ferraris leading at Imola. What a sight to behold this is as the American comes flat out under braking towards Tosa. With Senna pushing hard, he's 1.2 seconds a trip. Satoru Nakajima in 10th position. Trying to close up on Derek Warwick with Piquet in 8th. It's Herbert 7th, Prost in 6th. And Martin Brundle in 5th place in the footwork. As we watch Ayrton Senna going round on the approach now down towards the Aqua Minerale chicane.
It's going to be interesting to see if Senna can actually close the gap back up, because Michael Andretti has certainly had the upper hand over his Brazilian teammate this weekend. Senna had an awful Saturday afternoon with a problem with the T car and an oil leak in his race car and was unable to set any lap time. So Senna's only had Fridays running, whereas Michael Andretti has had a pretty error-free weekend so far in the number 2 Ferrari as they head down towards Ravazza.
Senna's going to be really trying to push him as much as he possibly can in 2nd place. He's not going to be happy playing second fiddle to the American. With Nigel Mansell in 3rd position now, and Mansell's up into 2nd. And where's Senna? Mansell's through. He's into 2nd place, but where's Senna? He's off. Senna's pulled off the road. Has he had some sort of an accident or a technical failure? My goodness me, Ayrton Senna is out yet again as Prost almost loses it at Aqua Minerale. Trying to hunt down Martin Brundle's footwork. Prost almost goes off. That's where his teammate Davis went off on Friday afternoon in first qualifying, and that's enabled Gerhard Berger up into 10th position as we see Joey Davis in 3rd with Michael Andretti making the first of his tyre stops. And Prost, once again, he's all over the back of Brundle, but into Ravazza he can't get through there. The Frenchman desperately trying to get past his English counterpart in the footwork, but he can't do it. With Nigel Mansell now the race leader, Andretti dropping to 2nd, but Davis in 3rd, Brundle and Prost, you see their battle over 4th place as Prost tries to go there on the inside of the car. Brundle cuts across him again, and there's Nigel Mansell having made his stop with Joey Davis right in front of him, but Davis just cuts across the Englishman, and he will not allow him to get through as Andretti is the race leader once more. Davis is into the pits with Piquet in 7th place, and Alain Prost is across the line to go through into 5th place ahead of Davis, who's still in the pits with Piquet 7th. It's Berger in 8th, Nakajima 9th, and Stefano Modena in 10th place.
Piquet looking to get past one of the Jordans there. I think that looked like Andrea De Cesaris there. Nelson Piquet with a fine move around the outside, and there's Thierry Boutsen.
And Davis! That's Joey Davis in the McLaren, and he's got a wheel missing. We're hearing he's had a left front tyre blowout, and Davis is into the pits again. Oh, this is going to absolutely ruin his race plans, because he was looking good to possibly be in 2nd or 3rd position, but he's going to come out way down the order now in 7th place as Gerhard Berger's across the line in 9th position. But Andretti is still in the lead with Mansell 3.3 seconds as Andretti finished making his 2nd stop, and Nigel Mansell's right behind the American as they go thundering through Tamburello. Andretti's got a BMS Stellara, I think that's JJ Leto between him and Mansell, it is. And Nigel Mansell is pushing the updated Williams as much as he can with Prost in the distance, just exiting the Tamburello. Down into Tosa they come. Andretti is still in the lead. It's Mansell in 2nd place. Prost is 3rd. And Johnny Herbert is ahead of Martin Brundle once more. With Davis in 6th place, it's Nakajima 7th. Then it's Piquet in the Benetton with Berger 9th in the Joas Porsche. Modena's 10th, and we ride on board with Davis now. And he is absolutely flat chat down into Tosa through the Villeneuve turn. Heavy under braking into Tosa with Mansell closing on Andretti. Look at this. Andretti trying to lap one of the Joas Porsches, and he just about manages to get through. But Mansell comes into the pits. Mansell's into the pits in the Williams. That means that Andretti is going to have at least a 30-second lead unless he needs to stop again. And Alain Prost is up into 2nd place now. Fantastic development. Was it a planned stop for Mansell as Gasho spins in the Jordan? Extraordinary. Gasho's off on the exit of Aqua Minerale. And there goes a Williams through. That's got to be Mansell because obviously Alesi is out. Is Gasho going to be able to get the car going again? And that's Michael Andretti losing it at the exit of the first part of Fri&Sat. Andretti spun out of the lead. Has he managed to keep the engine going? It looks like he has. But he's got to wait for the traffic to pass before he can try and spin the car. Oh my goodness, has he had some sort of a problem or overcooked it, and he's lost it again on the wet grass. Andretti's going to be losing bundles of time as a Joas goes through. He can't go again, and that's Mansell. Mansell's gone through into the lead. Andretti, he's still spinning. He cannot move the car, and Prost is through into 2nd place. Andretti's dropped from 1st to 2nd to 3rd. It's Herbert in 4th place. Is he going to be able to do anything about it? As we watch Prost desperately trying to close the 6-second gap that Nigel Mansell has now got over him, as Davis continues to pound away the gap between himself and Martin Brundle in 5th position, with Herbert in 4th. Michael Andretti, what a nightmare for the American. He's down in 3rd place now after Senna had already retired earlier in the race. And he's now in 3rd place. We're watching him now go through the Aqua Minerale chicane. He's going to go through the right-hander and then up the hill.
Fantastic developments here at Imola. Quite extraordinary to see. Michael Andretti, obviously he's had some sort of a problem, whether it was a driver error or car failure, but Nigel Mansell, he's desperately got to try and get past the Joas.
And that's Andretti pulling off. My word, his Ferrari's weekend couldn't get any worse than this. Both of them are out at Imola with technical failures, and Andretti pulls over, and that's going to mean, and that's Herbert. Johnny Herbert yet again is pulling off in the footwork down at the exit of the Villeneuve on the approach to Tosa, and Herbert is out, and that means to say that Joey Davis is up into 4th, and there he is. He's catching Brundle. Brundle's just ahead of him, and Davis has got the gap down from 20 seconds to less than 4 seconds. It's 3 seconds with Mansell the race leader, and Thierry Boutsen spun in the Ligier. He's run off wide. Nakajima's in 6th place. Nelson Piquet's off. Piquet's into retirement. He's at the Aqua Minerale chicane. Piquet is out of the race.
extraordinary race scenes here as Brundle has now got Joey Davis right behind him, less than 1.5 seconds, with Nakajima in 5th position, and Gerhard Berger desperately hoping that the Joey's team will be able to give him reliability to the end of the race so that he can score their first points for the season, as we watch Gasho recovering in 13th position after his earlier spin in the Jordan Ford. But Nigel Mansell still got a 2.7 second lead over Alain Prost, with Brundle in 3rd and Davis closing all the time. We really do need to see Davis and Brundle. Here we are.
And Brundle's going to try and see if he can keep Davis behind him as they come through San Marino. Davis is all over at the back of the footwork. And again, we've lost the pictures. We're focusing on Alain Prost. But Davis, we can see on the monitors, Davis has got ahead of Martin Brundle. And Davis, he's up to 3rd place as Häkkinen almost loses it at the final chicane. But Joey Davis is up into 3rd position. And here's Nigel Mansell with a Jordan right between himself and Alain Prost, who's closing. It's only 1.9 seconds with a handful of laps to go. Prost is desperately trying to close the gap on Mansell as Häkkinen is across the line. Davis in 3rd position. He's got Martin Brundle just over a second behind him. Davis is going to be trying to see if he can maintain the gap. But Prost, we're on board with Prost as he tries to close the gap on Mansell. The gap is only 0.6 seconds and Brundle's closing on Davis. So we've got a battle for the lead and a battle for 3rd position now. Into the final few laps. Brundle will be absolutely desperately trying to close the gap to Joey Davis in the McLaren Honda. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. And on the final lap, it's Mansell, and Prost is right behind him now as they exit the Acqua Minerale chicane up the hill towards the right and the left at the Variante Alta. It's Mansell still ahead. Prost is desperately going to be trying to close him. Prost wants to get another victory after his win at Watkins Glen, and Mansell will be looking to get his first win since his return to Williams at the start of last season. Can he hold on into Ravanza? It's Red 5 ahead of Prost. Davis still in 3rd position. Brundle's dropped back, but Mansell's going to be looking to see if he can still maintain the gap. Prost, I don't think he's going to be able to try anything there. He can't. Is the Frenchman going to try something into the final? Left and right chicane complex. He can't. Mansell's going to win the race. He exits the final turn. And Nigel Mansell is across the line to win the San Marino Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff with Prost in 2nd. And where's Davis in 3rd place? Is he going to be able to maintain it ahead of Brundle with Nakajima 5th and Berger in 6th place? Modena 7th. It's Comas in 8th. Donnelly 9th. Boutsen in 10th position. But we want to see Joey Davis after his fine recovery drive. He's coming up to lap 1 of the Lieges. And Davis is through the final corners now. But what a fantastic recovery drive. He perhaps could have won the race today. He perhaps could have finished 2nd. But I'm sure he'll quite happily take 3rd place after a sterling drive. This was a superb drive from Mansell, who looked in control from the moment both Ferraris retired, with Prost and Davis a fine 2nd and 3rd respectively. Brundle a disappointed 4th ahead of the ever-impressive Tyrrell of Nakajima, and a delighted Berger in 6th as Joe has scored their first ever points. On the podium, Mansell sprayed the champagne and unleashed the frustration of not having won a race since the 1989 Hungarian Grand Prix, whilst Prost was happy to bag another 6 points, and McLaren teammate Davis was equally pleased to be on the podium after a fine recovery drive. Down at Ferrari, however, all was not well, with Senna openly criticising the team for his early retirement, and the vultures at owners Fiat were looming over the team. Mansell now leads the driver standings on 22 points after his win today, and 2 second places this year, with Prost in 2nd and Senna 12 points adrift in 3rd. Williams maintain their 3-point lead over McLaren in the constructors standings, but another double DNF for Ferrari sees them 15 points off the front in 3rd, with Tyrrell a fine 4th. So it's 3 different winners in as many races so far this year, and we now head to the rich and famous playground of Monte Carlo in the south of France. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for round 4 of the 1991 Formula 1 World Championship in Monaco.